Next up, at UFC 286, we have the newly added Lerone Murphy versus Gabriel Santos fight. Lerone Murphy is 11-0 overall, 4-0-1 in his last 5, coming off that win over Makwan Amirkhani a little more than a year ago. He's taking on Gabriel Santos, who is also undefeated and making his short notice UFC debut. Lerone was on this card, lost his opponent, so then they found Gabriel, threw him on. What's interesting about this is last week we had a similar situation, and the favorite was a massive favorite, right? A massive favorite. The line moved, like, oh, we got a short notice opponent. That's not what's happening to Lerone. He opened up at a minus 275 favorite, was bet down to a minus 160, and he's the one who was on the card. The short notice opponent is who's getting the betting love here. And if you're a premium member, keep an eye on that line movement tracker for exactly these reasons, because your instincts might have been like, oh, as soon as that Lerone Murphy line comes out, I'm going to hit it because it's going to move. And then it did move, just not that direction. But Lerone's a good striker. He moves really well. He's got a ton of power. He'll light up your body. He'll just completely step out of the pocket and then move away. His footwork is very good. He's dangerous on his feet. Takedown defense is a little bit low, but he does really well scrambling back up if he's taken down. He's taking on Gabriel Santos. He's an aggressive guy. He's going to charge forward like old school Vitor Belfort, just throwing 1-2s, running across the cage. And then when he's backed up all the way to the cage, he's going to work in takedowns, get some ground and pound, work submissions from there. He's not technical in his striking, but he throws fast and he throws hard. He can be hittable, but it doesn't matter. His striking is really there just to overwhelm you and work those takedowns. There's a lot of question marks when you get these late additions to the card. And to make it even more complicated, Lerone Murphy's been out for more than a year. So he's been out for more than a year. He's got a short notice opponent, a very good undefeated opponent who I'm always a little weary of some of these undefeated guys, because you never know, is he going to be an absolute bum and he's been overrated fighting cans, or is he on his way to doing something huge? I do think Lerone Murphy wins this fight. These odds are probably where they should be. Minus 275 was a little steep. Gabriel Santos is undefeated. He's beating people. He's going out there. He's putting it on. I like Lerone Murphy to win. I think he's dangerous. I think he can scramble back up to his feet. He's the one with the full camp. I think he gets it done, but I'm going to stay very, very far away from this fight with bets. What do you think?
I stopped myself from singing it again right there. I don't know if you. I'm gonna put it on. Yeah, but I had to show it off anyway for the people. You know what I mean? But yeah, Lerone should be the better striker in this matchup, and hopefully for Lerone, that is what this comes down to. Now, Gabriel, as you mentioned, does want to go to the wrestling, does want to go to the grappling. That's where he wants to shine, but he's no slouch on the feet, and he will throw heavy. So Lerone's definitely got to be careful. But he should be definitely the better striker in this matchup. But he just has such glaring holes in his defensive wrestling, in his grappling, that if Gabriel gets this fight to the ground, it is going to be a uh-oh moment for Lerone in that situation, because Gabriel is no joke in the wrestling, in the grappling, in the control, in the submissions. So my confidence level right now, I think those odds are correct. It's probably like a 5 or a 6 for Lerone. But if I see him stuff that first takedown, I mean, my confidence goes to an 8 or a 9 in this matchup, because he should be definitely the better striker. So it's just going to kind of come down to that first shot. Does he defend it well, or is he struggling? If he gets taken down, if he's getting control, it's like, uh-oh, because that could pose issues for the rest of the fight for a guy like Lerone Murphy. He's been taken down before. He does win those fights. He's an undefeated fighter, so he does figure it out. But you just never want to be there. And if I have money on Lerone Murphy, I don't want to see him on the ground. I don't want to see him on his back at all. If he defends it, fine. You should feel good about your money. I am going to Lerone Murphy in this matchup because he does have a glaring advantage on the feet, and I think that his takedown offense is improving enough. It seems like every fight it's getting better and better and better. So short notice. If this was not short notice, I will say, if this was not short notice, I'm thinking more about Gabriel in this matchup, but the short notice does throw me off a little bit, especially with a wrestling game plan. What he should have. So Lerone Murphy's a play. We'll see if he can defend it.
We're on the same page for sure. And like you said, you worded it well. You don't do that often, but you worded it well when you said he's undefeated. He's figured this out before.
Lose yourself in the music. This is a little rap I wrote. Lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better definitely. I literally was going to sing the whole goddamn song if you let me, but I couldn't do it.
I mean,
this is bad. This is bad. And I literally apologize for my behavior tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll see when it's time to pay this month. We'll see what the numbers look like, and we'll go from there.
I get it. We'll have our meeting.
I'll put you on a performance improvement plan, and it's just you watching clips of you not doing what you're supposed to do. Jacob, can you explain your mindset here? Jacob, were you under the influence during this moment? It's just you having sex with your chair.
Oh, when I lost my banana.
You didn't lose it. You swallowed it without chewing. $2 super chat from Quint Lazenby. Quint says, like the stream. Thank you very much, Quint. And I agree. You guys.
Let's get those likes up.
You're just an absolute mess. Oh, boy.
I bring the energy.
You know, it is what it is. The Lerone Murphy.
That's a funny comment. Angelo's in a good mood today because you are rolling with everything pretty well. Because it is a disaster.
I'm not as, and I was nervous about today because my daughter.
Not a lot of mouse slams today, which is good. That's how you know.
Well, that's usually on the call-in show, which will be Thursday. Anyway, Lerone Murphy is both of our picks. He should get it done. The short notice is helpful. $8,300 in DraftKings. That's a great price for an undefeated guy who has power in his hands, who has a last-minute short notice opponent. It really is. So I will probably throw Lerone Murphy in my DraftKings lineup, even though I'm not going to spend real money on bets. I think in DraftKings, $8,300 is solid. It's a solid play.
He should be better. There's no doubt about that. He should be better.
Yeah. So Lerone Murphy in DraftKings. I don't have a bet on him. A little too skittish for that.